You're watching From the Heart with John Willard.
Hi friends, John Willard here, the gentleman poet, storyteller, and NACA contributor, back for another show and more bone-chilling truth. If you can't load up and come to the Ozarks, then come. Take the journey with me. Oh, blooms are all aglow, soft drafts of perfumed light, blue sky, white sun, and rolling green hills. Wind blowing makes the treetops talk. The changing seasons pull us like a magnet to new adventure. The orange sun patients are a shocking orange. They put on a showy display, and there are plenty of lavenders, pinks, lilacs, and even reds. Oh, beautiful. I wish I could have discovered what it meant to be successful sooner. Finally, I discovered how life works and what its essentials are. We live in a society which so often equates money with success. And money can be a resource for much good. During the 1980s, we constantly heard about how many people were becoming millionaires. Some of the most celebrated among them went to prison. At Enron, the company and its executives were on top of the world, but they were toppled because of the way they got there. Their empire now lies in ruins. This is what happens when we lose perspective on money. Life gets distorted. The Peters Group conducted extensive interviews with executives, people with money, property, power, and status. Almost half said their life was meaningless. Why weren't they happy? Because having those things aren't the same as being successful. They had lost sight of what was essential. Success is more than making money. Success means doing the best we can with what we have. Success is in the doing, not in the getting, in the trying, not in the triumph. What does it mean to be successful? It's when we give the best we have. Life doesn't always require us to come out on top. Successful people accept life the way it is, with all its difficulties and challenges. They say yes to life, in spite of its negative elements, and they make the most of it, no matter what the circumstances. Successful people develop and maintain a positive attitude towards life. They also look for good in others and in the world, and they usually seem to find it. Successful people build good relationships. They're sensitive to the needs and the feelings of others. They're considerate and respectful. They have a way of bringing out the best in other people. Successful people are not afraid of hard work, and they don't waste time. Successful people maintain high standards in their personal conduct. They know that honesty is one of the main ingredients in the character of a good person. The good news is that the best season of your life can be ahead of you, no matter what your age or circumstances, because 90% of your potential is not only untapped and unused, but also undiscovered. If we look inside, we'll find all the resources we need for real success. Let no one be discouraged by the belief that there is nothing one man or woman can do against the enormous array of the world's ills. Friends, one of my favorite stories. There's a place where hatchling turtles, they have to cross the road to get to the water. Many get ran over in this process. One man each morning on his way to work, he stopped each morning and he would pick up 3 hatchlings and he moved them to the other side so they could make it to the water. This is all he could hold in his 2 hands. His co-worker followed him and he kept observing this. And one morning he asked the gentleman that just repeated this every morning. He said, "Why do you stop every morning and carry 3 turtles to the other side? There's just so many, it doesn't make a difference." The kind gentleman replied, "It made a difference to those 3. Friends, again, misery and ignorance, injustice and violence. Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events. Each time a person acts to improve the lot of others, they send forth a tiny ripple of hope. And these ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. And it's only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Friends, I'm out of time, but remember, Nagi always said, when you're good to others, you are best to yourself. And you can reach me on Twitter at JohnWillard47. If you want me to come to your event, well, I still have my dogs, and you know how that is. Remember, it's not what we gain, but what we give that measures the worth of the life we live. Until next time, friends.